the beginning of the episode, we see that Han tries again, and this time he pulls the chair towards himself, in which he succeeds and takes the jacket and covers Xing. Now when he was fixing her hair, Xing holds his hand and crying, thinking that he is a Yajna, she backs him off, saying that he should not leave her and she will leave her company also, but she should not break up with him, hearing which Han refuses. Then she starts crying loudly and falls asleep holding his hand, and Han just keeps looking at her. Now as Shaman reaches outside the house, he asks her to return Honey's money, on the pretext of which he adds her on WeChat too, and as soon as he goes inside, he sees that Han was sitting uncomfortable on the table and Xing was holding his hand. Now he comfortably removes his hand from her, and as soon as he stands up, his legs were completely numb, due to which the poor guy was not able to walk properly. Then he asks Mang to take care of him and leaves. Next morning, as soon as Xing opens her eyes, she comes out of her room where her 3 friends are there looking at her. Seeing them together, Xing asks, "What are you guys doing here so early in the morning?" Then he asks if you remember what you did yesterday, to which she says, "I just remember that I was sitting outside and drinking, but I don't remember how I came home." She tells him that yes, I brought you home and that Labby was also with me. You know how much you troubled them. Now she is here. She tells him that how yesterday when they were leaving, she again gets up and takes out beer, and while drinking she starts singing a song and then starts dancing, seeing which these people try to stop her, but she does not stop. They shout at her and take the beer from her hand and ask her to stop, but she tells him that you have never shouted at me till date and now you are shouting. Now she stands on the chair and starts singing again, at which time Han lifts her on his shoulders to stop her and goes to drop her in her room, hearing which he will think that she is a very embarrassing maniac. Then they ask her what is the matter. She drank so much yesterday. Then she sadly tells that she and Yajin have broken up. Saying this, she goes to her room again, hearing which at first these people do not believe her, but then they decide that from now on they will not talk about the festival in front of her so that she can get out of all these things. Meanwhile, Xin lies on her bed and is watching chat of Kara Yi-chang and is crying and thinking how my boyfriend of 20 years suddenly disappeared from my life. At that time, she gets a message from Na that Hana is releasing its product. Do you have any idea? To which Na says yes. Then Na asks her to show the detailed plan before the New Year and also asks her to have breakfast, otherwise nothing will remain in her stomach. She starts working in a vomiting spirit and also goes to an orthopedic hospital to show the proposal of her product. Now when she was working with her employees in the office and works very hard day and night, she gets involved in her work. One day, when she was returning from the office, she sees a couple, seeing whom together. She gets very excited, and she starts remembering the moments spent with Yanjin, but she refuses to let these things affect her. Then we see Lily and Mang at home planning what to do over the weekend. Mang tells her that Xin is working overtime because of an investor's application. Lily says that it is good that the more she is busy, the less she will miss Yanjin. Man also thanks her for this. She supports him and says that now her company is back on track, and Han also supports him a lot. Next day when Han is in office, he gets a message from Shankar that there was some problem in his first proposal, due to which she will solve it soon and give him a briefing, for which he says yes. Then his assistant comes and tells him that Xing has not given you a briefing for so long about what is going on inside the company. So should I call him here to tell you? But he refuses and he was very happy. On the other hand, Shaji goes to meet Yajin because she had a meeting in the hospital, where she asks him to take care of himself, and Young also says that he knows that Xing is very strong and will call me soon, but I will need some time. Then Shaji asks him to focus on his work, and because he had to consult him, so he takes him to his office. On the other hand, Xiao and Han was talking to Hane after seeing the proposal of his products, where Xiao says that now Shane is investing so much that it will put a lot of pressure on Mr. Chang and your cousin will also use it. If I had known earlier, then I would not have allowed you to invest in his company. But Han says that he did not invest in switching. Just like that, he has faith in switching and goes for his meeting saying this. Now when Han comes to his office for the meeting, then his assistant comes and tells him that you are too much divided. Yan makes you face everyone and all the executives support him, but Han calmly tells him that they only look after their own interests. Then the assistant tells him that Xing Chen will also have to speed up his work and show some development. Otherwise you will have to bear all this stress alone. So he says that 1 to 2 months, but all these things do not affect my work. Then he gets a suspicious message that the report is ready and when should he come to meet him. So Han calls him to meet in the evening, for which Han goes, and he is very happy to see this and says that it seems that it does not take so much time to recover from a breakup. Hearing this, the assistant also goes to work now. Now Han was waiting for him in his office. Then Xing comes there, to whom Han says that finally you have come. I thought that now you do not need your company. Then Shan gets a little embarrassed. He asks Gage not to let it happen, otherwise he will have to think about whether he should give his next payment or not. Then Xing says that this is also a requirement of the investor. On this, Han again gives a sarcastic remark. Then to Xing, oh, here she shows him the annual year proposal. Then Han says that it is too late, so let's have dinner together, but Xing says that she has some work and leaves, seeing which Han starts thinking whether she has forgotten Ejin or not. Then we see Xin, who as soon as she comes to her house, her mother was there. She is making a lot of dishes for her and putting them on the table, where as soon as Shanky comes, she says that you did not tell us anything, that you have broken up and it is not that you have started your own company, you are bearing all the hardships alone. That is why she asks her not to tell everything from now on. Then Xin smiles and says yes, and then both have dinner. Now when Xin was brushing her teeth, she sees Han's face. He gets a call that he is coming to meet her at her company tomorrow. He has written comments on the proposal for her to discuss it. Xin says yes. As soon as Xin hangs up, Jiangda comes there with some of her favorite midnight snacks. He asks her how she liked the house and furniture. Xin says that your taste has always been good. Jiang also sees Xing Chan's proposal here. While he is eating snacks, she tells him that the robot-based face-to-face meeting will be done well, but for this she asks him for the help of Dr. Jian's medical team. Han says that he will talk to them about it. Next morning we see Han with a body where he was making soup and packing it for Xin. He gives the remaining soup to the body to drink. Seeing this, Xin says that you are making him work on all weekend. You think that you are making him work on all weekend, so that Xing will feel that you care for him, but he doesn't say anything and takes the soup and goes straight to Xing's office, where Xing's mom is there and she was looking for the keys. Seeing her, Han asks her who she is. She tells him that she is Xing's mom, but the mom mistakes him for brother-in-law. She takes him inside with her. She tells him that Xing told her that because of the investor, you still have to work, and you should take care of your health. Hearing this, he was just saying yes. She gives him strawberries to wash, and as soon as he opens the tap, he gets completely wet because he was wet. That's why the cardigan that Mom had brought for Han gave it to him to wear. Han didn't want to wear it, but on her insistence, he wears it. Till Xing comes there. Han had fixed that tap. She gets surprised to see it and calls him by Han's name. And hearing this, Mom also gets shocked because she was thinking of him as Jija for so long. And why did you not tell me that you are Han? Then Xing says that Mom, you would not have given her a chance to tell him. Now Han has written comments to her. He is about to leave after seeing the proposal, but Mom asks him to have lunch with her. On her insistence he agrees. While having lunch, Mom says that you are such a big boss, you must not have time to have food with your parents. Then he sadly tells that his parents died a long time ago. Now Shan is here. She is very happy after eating the dish brought by her, and he could not see her smiling in such a way that Mom was noticing it. She adds him on WeChat and invites him to come to her house and says that whatever you Want to eat? I will make it. Then she praises him and talks about Shanky's childhood photo, that how naughty and stupid she was. Here she also shows him Shanky's childhood photo, seeing which Shanky was laughing a lot. And Shanky also laughingly tells his mom not to show it. Now when these people finish their work, Han comes to drop them home. Mom goes inside and Shing and Han are talking to each other. Shing says that I did not know that you know how to do dab properly. He says that I have been living alone abroad for so many years, that's why I know everything. Then he says that he will wash and return her the cardigan that she was wearing. Hearing this, Shing starts laughing and then he says bye to Han and leaves. After which we see the people who, after seeing a post of Shing, says that she has applied too much filter. He messages her on WeChat that you don't look like this in real. But Shing had deleted his contact, due to which his message is not reaching her. Seeing this, he says that the first thing is that someone deleted me. He is not telling her about this. He thinks about taking revenge and falls down from the chair while eating snacks. Meanwhile, Sheng is sitting with her mother and eating food where her mother tells her that problems come in life and many people also come in our life for some time. Sheng is not paying much attention to such things of her mother, so her mother tells her that you will soon meet a person who will stay with you for life. On this, she laughs and says that it is okay even if you don't meet him. Both of them start talking. Here we see Han, who is looking at the photo of his parents and remembering how they died when he was very young, due to which he is very sad, and then he keeps their photo in he puts it inside the book. Here we see Shiming, who gets an offer to advertise an electric bike, which she accepts. Next day, when Shiming is going to drop her mom as she is going back, she asks her to come home for the spring festival and asks Han to say bye on her behalf. She also says that he is very mature for his age. He must have faced a lot of hardships. You should invite him to our house as well. Hearing this, Sing starts laughing that mom was talking too much about Han. When Mac reaches for the advertisement, she finds La there. Actually, he had recommended her for the advertisement, due to which she has to add him again on WeChat, and when she texts him, he deletes it. Seeing his antics, she calls him weirdo. But he says that I wanted to make you feel how it feels to delete someone's text like this, and leaves. Then the manager comes there, after which she does a live stream where the manager is very happy with her work and gifts her an electric bike, due to which she was also very happy. From here we see Han's assistant, who was talking to her with air bubbles. Then Ching comes to him and asks him if she can buy a printer from Dang Yan's channel, and tells him that I thought that before hiring employees I will have to buy a good printer, and so can add me to the group of suppliers for this. But he asks her to talk to Han about this, but she says that no. Why do we need to tell him about this? You can also get this work done. On hearing this, Han asks the assistant to put the phone on speaker. Shinko thinks that she has agreed to his proposal and is very happy, but then Han's voice comes from the phone and asks Shinko to come to his office. She gets very embarrassed after hearing this. She goes to his office where Han asks her why she did not come directly to him. I would have helped her. She says that in reality Han says that if you give me more money then I will definitely help you, but she refuses and says that she will find the printer herself and leaves. After saying this, Han starts smiling after seeing her. She goes outside and calls Lily and asks her to find a printer for her. Lily says yes. She was having lunch with Xiao when she sees a post about herself on the internet that she tried to destroy a family and she is a mistress, but she does not pay much attention to this thing. And she tells Shaw that she is comfortable with him in this kind of relationship for now. She does not want to be dependent on each other, so Shaw also agrees for her. Here, when Shaw comes home, Mang happily tells her that she has got an electric bike because of the heat and we will go out on it. Along with this, she also tells that from tomorrow she will also give part-time vocal lessons at her friend's music center. The next day Mang was singing very well while playing the piano inside a piano shop. Hearing which a lady comes there who is very impressed with her, So man asks her if she wants to buy a piano, but the lady says that I want a teacher and you sing very well. Hearing which Mang happily asks how many older children she wants to teach music, then she tells Mang that she wants to learn them, hearing which Mang becomes very happy. From here now we see Xing, who was working inside the office, then she sees all the posts going on the internet about Jess and Leal and tells Xing about it. Seeing this, Xing is very impressed. She calls Lily to ask if she is fine, but she says that all this does not matter to her. She also tells that she has talked to a printer supplier and tomorrow they will go to meet him. Hearing this, Shringa becomes very happy and feels relieved. Then she also tells Jija that Lily is very chill. She should not worry about her. Jija tells her that Lily lost her job because of us, so should we keep her on the job. On this, she says that our company is too small for her. Jija tells her that our company is not small, but we have the support of Dangyang Medical. So Shringa starts thinking about it. Next day, these people have come to see the printer. They go inside the factory where they see a lot of printer sets and tell the manager that they need to buy a printer. Hearing this, he says that the printer will be delivered in a month. Hearing this, Chan asks her to deliver it early. But he tells her that all the printers they have are already booked, so they cannot deliver it to her. Now we see Jiang Daka meeting a Mr. Chang, who is taking great care of her. Jiang says that she needs the help of primary hospitals for the Bay project, but she doesn't have the resources, so will you help me in this? To this, he says yes. He also asks if she has an agreement with Dangang Medical. She says yes, to which Mr. Chan says that our relationship was very good before Na came and I also shared all my resources with you, but after Han came, you don't need me that much now. Hearing this she says, otherwise with whom will I be obsessed? Then she gets a call from Bedi Company's owner Mr. Lin, and he asks her about Xing. Do you know him? Here the manager comes to Xing to tell him that the delivery of their printer will be done soon. All this is happening because of someone saying. Then Xing gets a call and she goes to talk to him. Meanwhile Lily asks the manager if they can get a discount, but he refuses. Then Lily starts saying that yes, he is Xing's classmate, and when he heard that she is starting a company, he came and directly invested in her company. You should not tell this to anyone and keep it a secret. Then Xing comes there and he does not know about this. That is why the salesperson also agrees to give them a discount on the printer and tells them that Mr. Lin has called you for lunch. They are happy to hear this. Now when they were leaving from here, Xing gets a message from Han, who is asking her for a printer, but Xing tells that she has arranged the printer, hearing which he asks how, but she says that it is a secret and smiles. At the same time she gets a call from Yon, who calls her to meet for lunch because she had to talk about something, after which we see Mang in the house of a lady whose name is Misun. Here Mang is helping them in arranging flowers and also tells them about her live streaming competition and Mr. La, hearing which she says that you really have to work so hard. Then Mang starts saying that Lun is a bad luck for him. Jamie Sung says that after listening to that boy, I remembered my son. Because of his early death, I have raised him alone and he has become completely spoiled. He also does not listen to me. From here we see Xing and Lily, who had already reached to have lunch with Mr. Li, where Xing asks Lily to join his company. Lily says that if there is any problem in future, then I do not want to spoil our friendship, but Xing says that nothing like that will happen. Then Lily says that I will think about it and then tell you. Then Mr. Li comes there. Now they have lunch together where Mr. Li says that I heard that you and Han are very close, but she says that no, we are just classmates. He says that Mr. Han has invested in your company, so your future is very bright. Saying all this, he asks Shin for a favor, that can she introduce Han to him for cooperation, hearing which Shin is shocked, and we see that in the same side room with Najan, who had come here and was listening to all their conversation. Mr. Li says telling that this is a small task for you, so please help us, and they will not tell anyone about her and Han's relationship, hearing which she smiles because they were thinking something else, and she looks at Lily there. On hearing this, she tells Han that Shin, there is only one technical person in my company. She was a smart person, but now see how smart she has become, that she has learned to use you too. Hearing this, Han says that you have brought me here intentionally. Shing is about to stop them here, but Lily stops him and talks to them herself. Shing was feeling very uncomfortable here, so she leaves from there, making an excuse of going to the washroom. Seeing Han in the side room, she quickly runs to the washroom, and Han also notices her. As soon as Shing comes out of the washroom, Han was waiting for her outside. He takes her to the side to talk and asks her if she has bought a printer. She says yes in an upset mood. Han asks if you got any help in my name and says, how did you feel after cheating people in my name? I thought that you are a hard-working person who is very smart. You are stupid for your work, but you are very smart and you don't need any teacher on. Hearing this, Shing says that I just said that we're schoolmates, which we are in real life. But they misunderstood her, where her condition was such that she was about to cry, so Anne tells her that, don't you think that you didn't give them any wrong idea? He comes close to her and says, what do they think that? What is our relationship? They are thinking that we have an affair, so let me make this thing true by saying this. He comes close to Shing to kiss her, but she turns her face to the side and starts crying. Han looks at her and says that I just joked with you here. How bad did you feel when other people will say such things about you? Will you be able to face all this? He stops her from taking such shortcuts and says that the price of shortcuts is very high, which you will not be able to bear. Saying this, he leaves. Shing starts crying as soon as he leaves. From here, we see Mang leaving Missen's house, after which there is a heat wave there. Actually, he was Missen's son. From here, we see Han inside a ton shop where he was sitting with Shork, but he was not saying anything. His food had also become completely cold, which he had heated 3 times. He says to her that if you don't want to eat, then don't eat. I will eat from you. I have come so late to meet you. Do you know how angry my princess was? On the other hand, remembering Shahan's words, she texts Miss Lin and tells him that there is no relationship between her and Han, and she cannot help him for any cooperation with Dang Yan, for which she says sorry to him. Han tells Sha that Shing has taken advantage of my name, hearing which Sha says that you are worrying for him, right? Han says that Shing does not know that rumors spread so quickly in our circle. By doing this, all his efforts will go waste. Xiao says that look, you were worrying about him, but because Xiao had to go, he goes and Han is left alone here. Shinko gets a call from Mr. Lin, who tells him that In's assistant told us after lunch that you have a lot of hard work. Han invested in your company and that too. By seeing your capability and we misunderstood you. But seeing your honesty, there will be no problem in our cooperation, it will remain like this. Hearing which Singh comes to his senses and says thank you. Now the next day Singh was sitting in his office and was thinking about what message to write to Vahan, but she could not think of anything. When Lily comes there, she says that from now on she will also work with those people, hearing which Singh is happy and welcomes her, and because Lily had given him money earlier, so she also announces him as a partner of her company. To which Singh becomes very happy to see her and makes her sit in the desk next to him. From here she goes to the rooftop and messages Han that I have learned my lesson, I will never use your name from today onwards, in reply to which Han sends her only from. Here we see that Han he brings tea for his grandpa, where he tells him that when I was not in the city, so I heard about the fight between you and your cousin. You should not spoil Dang Yan's foundation in this affair. He also says that I heard that you have invested in the company of a girl named Jising, who is your schoolmate. Do you like her? To which he says yes. Grandpa asks what is your relationship? But he tells that Shink does not know yet that I like her. Grandpa says that she is not even your girlfriend yet and you have already invested millions in her. She is a very ordinary girl who is surviving because of your help. He says that my granddaughter cannot be such a girl. She should know how to handle a lot of hardships which she will not be able to do. But Anne says that I am sure of this, but I do not know whether she will bear all this for me or not. Hearing this, Grandpa says that I would have given her a year. If she becomes successful in these 2 years, then it is fine, otherwise you will have to marry the girl I will talk to which Anne says that she will definitely be successful. Hearing which, Grandpa while leaving says that success is not achieved so easily. Do you think that she will get it because of her knowledge? Saying this, he leaves. After this, we see the scene of Shan's company where Shan calls and talks to the people who had applied in the company, but seeing their company, no one refuses to come there. Seeing all this, Shin says that we have a bigger problem right now, that we will need a lab for printing, and people are also needed to handle it, due to which we cannot go to the new office because we do not have that much budget. Then Jojo says that we will have to do a job for the lab before the festival. What can we do from here? Then we go back to Grandpa, who is making some banners. Just then he gets a call from his sister Mesa. She tells him that La told her that she has never seen Na looking at a girl like that, and instead of helping him, you gave him years. Grandpa says that no ordinary girl like this can become my grandson's wife. Miss Han says that you have become so old, and what era are you living in? You are still worried about a girl's background. Grandpa says that I thought that Jangdi would be perfect for him, but he brought some other girl, so how can I approve Mei-san now? Here she refuses to be so rude that it becomes known that your grandson did not get married later, but still Grandpa says that my decision will not change and hangs up. After which we see Han, who is sitting in his office and looking at the schedule, where he tells his assistant that you know that Shanky is a new company and you have kept a schedule of only half an hour to discuss with him. Then the assistant says that okay, I will change it to 1 hour right now, but Anne was staring at him. Then he says that okay, I will make it 2 hours, and leaves. After saying this, Han happily messages Shin and asks him to come to her office at 8 o'clock and report, but at the same time Shin gets a call from Lily that there is a senior of hers who knows Director Lee in Shingang Hospital, so she asks him to go and meet him right now, for which Shin says yes. Before going to meet him, she tells Jaja that today you have to go to Mr. Han on behalf of our company for briefing, hearing which the poor guy gets scared and says don't crack such jokes. If Mr. Han asks about you, then what should I say? And she says make any excuse. Dina says that I am ill and leaves. From here we see Lily, whom Mei-jan has called to meet in the cafe. He asks her about Xing, then Lily says that his company is in a critical period right now. Then he is very busy with work right now. Then Ye-chan gives her his card and says that this is my year-end bonus, I want to help him a little. Then seeing this, Lily says that I am not able to understand why you broke up with her. How much did you love each other? Are you like someone else? Then Eugene says that I like her, but we both are very different. I thought earlier that if I love her more and change for her, then we will be very happy together, but it is not so I broke up for the good of both of us. Then he asks Shan to give this card to her without telling her name, but Lily refuses, saying that she will not accept such money. That is why now Ye-chan has to take his card back and leave from here. Han was waiting for Xing. As soon as the time comes, he sits here with a file to show himself busy, but then Jizou comes in front of him. Seeing him here in place of Xing, his entire smile disappears. Jizou now introduces himself here and shows her the report, which makes him very happy. Jizou gives tense expressions. He was very scared here. Now he asks him to get the product ready within a month, hearing which Jizou says that they have shortage of people and tells him the real situation, that because of the office no one is coming to work there. Hearing which Han says that So Xing is busy because of this and you have been sent here, but he refuses and says that no, she is ill, that is why she did not come, but Han does not agree with her here. Now Jizou has to tell him the truth. Xing has gone to the hospital to meet some Director Lee, so Han sends him from here and directly goes to Shingang Hospital. Here Xing was also trying to meet the director, but she is busy. Saying this, he goes to his room and Xing was waiting for him outside. Now as soon as Han sees her sitting here, He calls her Xing. She picks up the phone and starts acting as if she is not happy. But Han comes in front of her and says that it seems you have caught a cold. Hearing this, she gets shocked and asks if there is any incident, but Han tells her that you have come here to meet Lee. To which she says yes. Then Director Lee sees Han and calls her to his office because he had to talk to him about something. Han asks Shinko to wait there and goes inside. From here we see Lily, who when comes back inside the office, Jija had brought pastries and juice for her, which she starts eating and thanks him. Here he asks her to have dinner with him, but she refuses by giving an excuse of work. When Chang sees how he is trying to impress Lily, Chang teases him a lot here. Xing stays inside the hospital for a long time. She was waiting for Han, but she has to urgently go to the toilet. When Han comes out, Xing is not there, but as soon as the director takes her, she comes there and tells Na that she had gone to the washroom. He asks her to be ready in the evening and says that he will come to pick her up for dinner, to which she says yes. The scene now moves on to Ming, who is teaching singing to Missen. La comes there and both of them are shocked to see each other. Missen laughs. She tells her that she is my new music teacher who is teaching her to participate in the district music competition next month. Saying this, she introduces her to La. Mang says that La is coming to meet me after so many days. Now Mom is here. But she asks La to cut fruits for her where he is not going. But after a lot of insistence from Mom, he gets up and leaves. Now he calls his mom in the kitchen on some pretext and asks her to add Man to her widget in some way. Hearing this, Mom smiles. But La says that no, don't get me wrong. I don't like her. But Mom doesn't listen to him and comes out. La starts smiling. Now when Mang was leaving, La signals his mom and Mom asks Mang to chat with La. To which Mang is unable to refuse and now La is back. So, Maki gets added to the chat and he thanks his mom for this and the episode ends here. I hope you guys liked this video, so please like this video and subscribe to the channel. See you again in the next episode of this drama. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video for all my hard work. Also, which drama do you want to see next? Do tell me in the comment box. If possible, I will try to